back. Thank you for staying with us. You're watching Morning Cafe, and you know, SMEs drive economies, but often struggle with inefficiencies and scaling challenges. And digitization offers a lot of opportunities. And this morning, we host Patrick Muraguri yet again, and he's the CEO of Have a Go Business Systems. And we want to explore how digital management systems can transform SMEs, enhance efficiency, and ensure long-term success. Patrick, good morning.
Good morning.
Karibu tena, good to have you here. All right, let's start with the basics when you're talking about this topic of SMEs, all right? A lot of people throw in the term digitization, but for an SME owner who still relies on handwritten receipts and manual records, what exactly does the digitization management system mean for them?
I think...
Yes, please.
So management systems for a small business are the methods that the small business uses to conduct activities in the business. So activities that need to be done in the business, they are fairly regular, like talking to your customers, communicating with your customers, or capturing your data, your sales records, and so on. So a management system is really just the method that you use for carrying out that function or that activity. And the truth is that you can actually adopt a digital system to help you conduct that activity, to help you do it repeatedly, accurately, and correct and consistently. So we say that digitization of each function, each management system can be done progressively. It will make your business more efficient in that aspect. And you can progressively go from one management system to the next. So I guess that's what we say in digitization of management systems.
Yeah.
But every business requires a certain method of doing a certain activity. So the question is, do SMEs know they can digitize that particular method?
All right.
And that's why we're here.
All right. You know, that sounds very much straightforward, but if digitization is such a game changer for SMEs, why are some of them so reluctant to tap on this?
I would say lack of adequate information that you could actually digitize. For instance, the way you communicate to your customers, the way you tell your customers that you've got new stock, for instance, the way you disseminate that information quickly, effectively, to a broader range of your customers. I guess there's the question always lingering in the business owner's mind, how can I do this?
Yes.
And that's a great question to ask, because the more you ask about it, the more concerned you are how you could do it better, the more you're likely to find a system that is likely digital, that you can use to conduct that activity. So yes, I would say lack of information or lack of awareness, a better term.
All right. Yeah. I want us to talk about the cost factor. Many SMEs now work on a very tight budget. Is digitization of these SMEs that expensive?
No, it isn't that expensive. And it's actually getting cheaper. The more the number of providers of these digital systems come into the market, the more they are competing on price, the more they're able to offer something, a digital method, cheaper, because they're also in competition. But I think the most important thing here, Anne, is how much will the business, the small business, save in adopting that system? How much will they save in terms of time, in terms of mistakes, in terms of quality, poor quality, and also in terms of the efficiency gains. They can do it faster, cheaper, and they need to look at, am I going to save some money in doing this digitally?
Yeah.
Likely they will find yes, because the alternative is either it's done wrong, or it's missed sometimes, or you have to employ somebody to do it. And either of those, each one of those has cost implications.
Now talk to us about low-cost entry-level tools that these SMEs can use without having to incur huge financial losses upfront.
Yeah. I would say the first one would be communicating with your customers.
Okay.
When your customers don't know what you have in stock. I would say as an inexpensive method of communicating to them would be a low-cost digital system, reminding them, or even sending them your catalog. That is low cost. It's just basically the cost of a WhatsApp or something like that. But yeah, they did not be expensive. Other entry-level digital systems would be recording. Recording your stock levels. Yes, rather than writing it on an exercise book. Just having a system where you can write every stock item that comes in and keep a record of it. And so keep referring to that. Every item that is sold, you just debit or check it out. Those are low-cost systems, I would say. But also other things like letting them know where you will be, just sending them information. You're going to be around, you're going to be at a particular place. That is a low-cost system. So I don't think there's a shortage of low-cost systems.
Kuna shortcuts.
But shortcuts, yes. Yes, ask for the lowest cost provider. Ask for the lowest cost provider. Yes.
And you know, you're talking about keep those records and jot everything down. But let's talk about an instance where you are recording your progress on your stocks, whatever you digitized, But it doesn't, let's say maybe it gets lost, these things, you know. Sometimes our technology is unpredictable. Then what happens? The records are online, they have been digitized, he or she has not written them down. Now we are moving away from writing these things down. We are going the digital way. What happens in such a case?
I don't think all systems are cloud-based. There are those that you can save. You can save on your phone. So you can work on them offline. They don't have to be only accessed online. So that's one. Secondly, servers are getting more reliable. Servers that store data, they're getting more reliable. There's more controls on how people's data is used. The security of our people's data is more strictly overseen and controlled. So I would say the worry about the safety of the data is becoming less and less. And like I said, you could save data, you could also print data, but you don't have to always work online. And not all systems are online throughout. Some are offline, you can work offline and save even on your storage device. You could save your data on a storage device. So you can improve your own security over your data. It just depends on.
I love that point of you can print them out. You can print them out. That is a very good comment.
Yes.
Now that you've dealt with SMEs, how much does an SME owner realistically need to start digitizing?
Basically, it depends on where the need is. The most urgent need. The most urgent need would be probably where you're losing most money, like your stock records. If you're losing a lot of money there, maybe a system of saving your stock records might cost anything from about 500 shillings a month. So it is possible to get something as inexpensive as 500 or even less, just to save your data.
Right.
On the other hand, you might choose to use a spreadsheet, which has no cost. Basically, a spreadsheet is just available to you. There's no cost to it, so you just, zero cost, just type in your data onto a spreadsheet.
All right.
Save your spreadsheet.
And you know, that makes sense. But now even for these SMEs that adopt these digital tools, many don't know how to use them effectively. So what are some of the mistakes that these SME owners make when implementing digital solutions for their business?
Number one is not asking for help when help actually might be available. A lot of the providers of digital systems actually have a help function. They have somebody you can call and you can ask, how do I do this better? Or how am I doing it right? So I would say you need to know that it's possible to ask for help and get it before you make a mistake. So the best part is that you need to start with an open mind, even asking whoever is providing the system, do they have help available? Do they support? Do they give you support? Yeah.
All right. Interesting. So for an SME owner who is watching us right now and thinking, I want to start digitizing my business, but don't know where to start, give us a step-by-step guide on how to do this. And I know you've talked about start from a mindset level, but now what is a step-by-step guide to do this exactly?
I would say where you know you can't always be there, like talking to your customers, a method of communicating to your customers. That would be an easy and an important first step. Can you just have a method of sending your messages to your customers regularly? What method can you use? That is an excellent one. Can I take some photos of my stock? Can I upload them onto a catalog? Who can help me do that? I would say that would be the first step. The second one we have talked about is the record keeping. Record keeping, who can show me how I can record my stock conveniently and safely and minimizing my mistakes? Can you show me who can do that for me? Yeah.
All right. So how important is the cloud computing? I want you to make a comment on that and tell us how safe it is for SMEs.
Cloud computing, that's a different level where somebody has got the software in the cloud. So you need to subscribe. A customer or a user needs to subscribe or pay a subscription fee and access that system that's available on the cloud. It is safe because the owners of that software have taken steps, unless there's a way that for any reason, there's a big risk. Things, like I said, are getting better.
Yeah.
Things are getting safer. For cloud computing, you would be thinking about more detail, like accounting, how your accounts are managed, how your data is held in the cloud within the software that the software provider has held in the cloud. So I would say that's a higher level, but also a necessary level, because you don't need to buy the hardware. You don't need to own the software. All you're doing is using somebody else's software, the provider's software, the provider's hardware, and just paying a monthly subscription. So it's a very good thing to consider, the cloud computing, especially for your accounts and other records that you want to hold that need to be kept safely, as well as be processed at the same time. So cloud computing, I would suggest accounting is a fast suggestion.
Right.
But regarding safety, like I say, things are getting safer.
Yeah.
I would say one should not fear. Fear is one of the things that stops people from taking progressive steps.
Yeah.
But I would say if you're an entrepreneur, which most of the business owners are, you will find a way. You'll keep pushing. You'll keep pushing. You'll keep checking what system is better, and you're more than likely to find it. And even talk to the network that you have. Are they using this? Who can give me a recommendation? So keep asking, keep inquiring, stay active, stay active.
Is it better than traditional methods, this cloud computing?
Yes, for those reasons. You don't have to buy a software package. You don't have to buy the hardware. Okay? You don't have to keep updating the software for the latest edition, the latest version. It is being updated by the owner of the software. It is. I would vouch for that because you can't keep up, for instance, with the versions.
Yeah.
A long time ago, we used to buy your own software You had to buy your own software and then have your own server to store the information. That was expensive. And then you can't keep up. The technology is moving so fast. Systems are getting faster and faster. Why not the provider of that software be the one that is updating, the one that's looking for the latest security measures, and keep on updating and even just letting you know that we've updated for this number of features, security or otherwise.
Yeah. There's also this issue of cybersecurity, and most times these the SME owners can be a target for cyber criminals. So how exactly can they protect themselves from cyber criminals being targets, you know?
I would say whatever system you're using, be on the lookout. Are they updating their security systems? Are they? Even WhatsApp, for instance. WhatsApp will from time to time tell us they've updated the WhatsApp software. It's actually, they've looked into a few risk areas and they've updated. Or Play Store, for instance, will tell you that, look, upgrade this because of various areas, security patches and so on. So I would say it is good to be alert, but especially if you find your software, whatever you're using, is running too slow or it is you're at risk of data, please ask, how secure is my information that you hold, or even the process that I'm paying for, how secure is it? Will it get corrupted, for instance?
Yeah.
What assurances can you give me? I would say the more you push, the more even the providers of whatever it is will keep on improving so that they remain competitive. So it's an ongoing system of improvement, protection, risks, identification of risks. And I would say have a go, give it a go.
Have a go, like have a go business.
That's why we use our name is Have a Go.
Have a go.
That means give yourself a chance. You have a go and see. It's more likely to take you to the next level.
Yeah. So now that you're dealing with SMEs so much, which platform would you recommend for somebody just starting out in digitizing their business? Is it WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? Which platform would you recommend for a starter?
Okay. The ones you've mentioned are good for content dissemination, all right? They are also good for communication. So yes, content-wise, Facebook, depending on where your audience is or your customer base is, use the one that's appropriate to your viewers or to your customers or to your audience, as we call it. Use the one that's appropriate and keep updating it. Don't let it go stale. Find a system of creating the content so that you're always updating, keeping up to date. TikTok as well. And many of them, you will see they're using different themes. They're using more recent themes. So keep up. If it's music themes, find out which ones are current. So for your videos, try and stay up to date because that's what people want. They want to stay with those who are staying up to date. So those were communication and content sharing and dissemination and creation. But for instance, on other business management systems like the stock management, I would say I'm seeing more and more offers of, say, retail store stock management systems. You can just search online and you will see there are many coming up helping you to manage your stock. So if you feel that your stock is at risk or you don't even know which stock is dead stock or not moving,
you can't track it properly.
Yes, you can't track it properly. Or your staff don't know how best to do it, or your staff don't even stay. So by the time you've got a new staff member, you've had a hard time with your stock management. So just Google which stock management system can you use for your, of course, you've got to say the kind of business that you have. If it's a boutique, if it's a barber shop, which or other, just start searching. In fact, information seekers never fail to get information. So the question is, are you the owner of the business? Are you an information seeker? There's so much information.
All right.
So much information available.
So what you're trying to say is, if an SME owner is also hiring someone for their business, they should hire someone who is more informed about this digital field and the digitization of the particular business that has been digitized.
Yes, actually, then the answer to that question is yes and no, because some of the systems, the digital systems, you can handle yourself. You can handle offline. You can actually record the data that's needed to be processed by the available online software or cloud-based software.
Yeah.
So you could do it by yourself. But on the other hand, if that would be a good option, because you don't want to have to hire somebody to work the system. You want to start by saying, can I use it myself? And if you learn how to use it, it's only when it gets out of hand that you should look for somebody. And you're in a much better position to look for the right person, because you know how to do it. You know what it involves. So you're more likely to get the right kind of person. So I would say, as a business owner, also dip yourself into it. Give it a go. Try it. What is this system telling you? Yeah. Most likely you'll find that the provider of that system has thought about the situation you're in and has actually created something that is easier for you to understand and to use. It's you they have in mind, not your employee. It's you they have in mind.
Yeah.
And if they have you in mind, maybe it's you who hasn't given it a go. It's you who hasn't tried it.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
So it's you
might
to
be
train your
surprised.
employees. It's you to train your employees. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Oh, no, it might be you to operate it.
By yourself.
It might be you to just record what your sales were for the day, or record, or for instance, if you get a point of sale system, you will still get somebody to show you how to record a sale, how to capture the data of a stock item that is being sold. You will get somebody to train you. But what I was saying about you being able to do it yourself, you will be surprised. A lot of this software are targeting the owner of the business who can do that. They're taking off the load from you, but also helping you understand that, or empower you, helping you get empowered to do it yourself, but with an easier platform. And then if you need to train somebody, you already know how. But then, like I said, all these providers, if they don't have somebody to help you learn, there is a problem. They're probably not the best vendor. So, yeah. It's not a competitive advantage not to train.
Okay, so many SMEs perceive this digitization as something for bigger corporations. So what's your take on that?
The answer is no. It's for everyone.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone. There's something for everyone. The smallest, the micro enterprise, for instance, banking, your sales, mobile banking of your sales. Okay, mobile being paid through a payment platform, through M-Pesa, and transferring or having that money documented in your bank account. It is something that is so widely in use now. It is a digital system to the extent we don't even call it a digital system. It is so widespread. It is considered commonplace that if you don't have a payment gateway that you're using, then, even your banks, your banks are telling you, we've got this. We'll help you. This system helps you transfer your cash so easily from this account to the other. There's part of it like Pochi. Part of it will be saved. So it's generating interest, or it's not, doesn't have extra charges. And part of it you can use for your daily working capital.
Yeah.
So I would say things are already happening. There's nothing stopping people from getting digital systems, other than them not taking the first step, or not, being ready to listen to what your bankers are telling you, or to what others in your network are using. So, and even salespeople are walking door to door. Salespeople of software systems, they're walking door to door. So it pays to listen and to ask questions.
Yeah. And we still have these businesses who still don't want to accept payment through M-Pesa. They say strictly cash. So what about them?
I am surprised that those are still there.
They are.
I am actually surprised those are still there. There's so much more risk in carrying cash, storing cash. There's so much time it takes you to count the cash and to transfer that cash to an agent or to the bank. I am surprised. Those are the kind of inefficiencies that digital payment platforms will more or less eliminate. You will check that payment by your customer, the message they've received. You'll actually have a look at it, that it reads your business name, the money that you've had discussed and agreed, this is a payment for that purchase. It'll be there. So you didn't have to count the cash. You didn't have to take the cash to the bank. You didn't have to count whether at the end of the day that amount that was collected on the day is still there, exactly the way it was. So those are the inefficiencies that digital systems get rid of. So unless you want to keep doing things the old way, the inefficient way, well, there's going to be others. There's also going to be customers asking you, why do I have to pay you cash?
Yeah.
Other vendors, I can pay M-Pesa quickly, and it's convenient. Do I have to go and collect cash from the bank first and come, or from the agent first to come? You might lose customers. That's why we say you've got to be wary. Are you becoming, not only are you becoming inefficient, but you're becoming uncompetitive.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll be squeezed out of the market by your competitors who are much more adaptive to the customer situation and to increasing their efficiency. And that is why our businesses that adopt a digital system somewhere, that efficiency goes to the bottom line. It increases your profit, or it helps you handle more customers. That is called growth. Or it helps you reduce the risk of loss of the cash. That is risk management. It reduces your risks. It helps you increase your sales by serving more customers at a go, but also you can grow faster because your money is moving faster, for instance, or you're communicating faster. We have cases of people that tell us, even within a month, that they're opening the next space. They're renting the next space. That means their business is doubling. The size, the premises is doubling. Within 30 days, they're already eyeing the next door premises. That is called growth. So that's why we say also that digital systems and transforming your business, even if it's one area at a time, you will grow faster. Business will grow faster. It will be more profitable because you're saving on all those frictions, wastages, losses. So, so like I say, it's time to look for something that helps you run your business more efficiently,
Yeah.
more effectively, because you need to grow your business.
What works for you.
Yes.
And you know, if you're trying to talk about these businesses that are still using cash only, if you're putting ourselves in their shoes, yeah, maybe the fears are that a customer may reverse the money, a customer may not pay, a customer may or forge payment, you know, such fears. So we still have to look at an SME owner's point of view.
Yes.
So at that point, how do we now build trust and make them also realize that now things are better, things are changing. It doesn't have to be like that, because I know right now Safaricom has something where you have to accept that reversal request, but that's not all for these SME owners.
Yeah. I agree. There's still some people out there trying to, to tell you they've deposited money in your account, and they're banking on the fact that you haven't been able to get all the information. So you're talking before you've verified things. But if you've got a good relationship with your, for instance, your banking or POS provider, you can verify something very quickly. You can verify, was this a genuine payment or not? And can you give me a confirmation this money is in the account? So, and I believe those providers are getting to hear more about these scams. So report, please report. The more the information that's out there, the more there will be efforts to deal with them, to minimize them. Because even the provider of your payment gateway does not want to be reported as having weaknesses, having gaps.
Yeah.
So yes, that fear is there, but work with your provider, POS provider or mobile or your Pochi or whatever provider, and keep on putting questions to them. How secure is the transaction that I've had with this customer? Can you give me assurances? So keep on, like I say, nothing will change if you don't try. If you don't try, and if you don't use the avenues that you have, nothing will change. But when it changes, you have several steps ahead. Several steps ahead. As an entrepreneur, you can't afford to ignore that you need to progress. So, and entrepreneurs are risk takers. They're risk takers. They weigh the risks. They weigh the service providers.
Yeah.
So I would say that's not enough reason not to do anything.
Yeah.
It's not enough reason to do nothing. You've got a business to grow. You've got competition to face off, to beat, and you've got a future for this business. Your vision says that this business is supposed to go very far. So don't just stay and say that everything was too risky.
So do you agree with this common phrase that goes, a successful business owner must be a risk taker?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Must be a risk taker. From the biggest business people to the smallest. And they know it internally. An entrepreneur knows it internally, that he's there to manage risks and move ahead. So the entrepreneur who forgets that halfway through, usually the business doesn't go much further. But an entrepreneur who is winning, who is seeing, and he's getting excited about the gains he or she is making, that entrepreneur will continue taking risks. He will see things as changamoto kidogo. It's I can overcome this. He'll be on the lookout. How do I overcome this changamoto?
Yeah.
So yes, an entrepreneur is a risk taker from the biggest global entrepreneurs. I know you know a few names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want us to also talk about beyond now security,
Yes.
another challenge SMEs face is integration, yeah? Many adopt digital tools, but now there is this problem of disconnected systems, okay? So how can they ensure seamless integration and also just manage their systems better?
I would say whenever you're thinking of onboarding a certain system, one of the questions you must ask is how will it integrate with what I have? How will it not leave me hanging? And the answer you get is good enough to help you make or discard that decision. If somebody cannot tell you how you're going to integrate with what you have, the system you're currently using, well, that's a recipe for trouble. Straight away, it is something that you won't hesitate about. Ask somebody else. Ask another provider. Okay? There may come a time where you're building your own internal capacity. IT, somebody IT focused. And that might be a good thing as the business grows. Of course, everything needs to be sustainable. The costs need to be sustainable costs of having such a person. But when you have such a person, it might be easier for that person to help your business to scan what's available. How will it work with our situation and our current systems? So yes, as you grow your business, it's part of risk management or managing your risks to consider. Can I have somebody to help me make some of these decisions? Okay. And that might take your business to another level because you might be able to get a better system than you would have selected on your own by having that person.
I want us to go back to the topic on risk taking, right? Let's say an SME owner, you've paid for this service provider and you're not seeing returns yet. You keep on paying, but you do not have customers at that particular point. And when that happens, is it now a point for this SME owner to step back, or now do they continue to take these risks?
I would say you need to be open about what this system is supposed to do. If it is supposed to save you rather than increase, for instance, customer base, if it's saving you loss, count that. Not only the number of new customers. If this is saving you money from being lost, that is a valid thing to count. So it's not only the customer growth. If you are saving money, because if you are saving money, that money can be better used to present yourself better to the customer base, to improve your marketing, for instance. So you're managing one risk and it's helping you. That's risk you're saving, or the money you're saving by managing that risk is giving you additional cash flow that you should consider the next best place to apply it. Could it be to present yourself better, develop a catalog, and then start growing your customer base? So you shouldn't look at one area in isolation. Remember, you're an entrepreneur. You more likely have a few thoughts as to what you want to do next. Yes. And there's no business that's working perfectly in all angles. So it helps if you manage one angle and then the next. And take advantage of, for instance, the time you're saving. The time you're saving, you as the business owner, maybe a good way to spend that time is to start going to the customers. Start going and listening to the customers. Record their numbers, call them. What is it that didn't work? What could we have done better? So time saved is also part of the risk management. Yes, you're saving the time that you spend on an area, while you're probably even, you yourself, you're probably better in another area, like talking to customers, for instance. Maybe customers have been wondering why you never come. but you've been tied down trying to record your stock numbers and so on. Digitize that, for instance. Use a spreadsheet or have somebody record your data on a spreadsheet. And then that'll give you time. Go and ask the customers, how could we do this better? Okay. Did you know we had this business here? And you never know. That will be the second area you're managing. Risks. Risks to customers not knowing what you're doing, or risks to customers getting disappointed. That's another risk area. Maybe they're getting disappointed each time that you came, each time that they came.
Yeah.
Manage that risk as
So
well.
it's also important to keep these customer relations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's your source of income, revenue. Yes.
Another challenge that we hear a lot about is digital literacy, and most of these SME owners feel like they do not have these technical skills to manage these tools. So how do they overcome that?
Okay. Like I was saying, most of these digital systems are becoming more and more improved to the levels of the customers that they are targeting. More improved and more, perhaps I should use the word, more simplified to the level of the customers they are targeting. So there's already someone meeting you halfway already. Okay. So will you just give it a try and see what have they simplified? Can you handle it at that level? You might be surprised that you can. Yes, that digital literacy may not have been necessary. You can work this system. You can learn. Be ready to learn. Entrepreneurs are also ready to learn, by the way. There's no entrepreneur who progresses without having an open mind to learning. You need to have an open mind to learning. So don't give up and say that you don't have the ability to run a spreadsheet or something, a software. Maybe these guys have really taken the trouble to make it simple for you. Yeah.
Talk to us about the role of AI now. I know you're big on AI. Last time you were here, you were talking so much about AI and how it's important for these small businesses. But how is it important now for management of these SMEs and digitization? Or is it just a luxury for these bigger corporations?
I would say it's becoming less of a luxury. It's becoming easier to get information. For now, AI is a good source of information. Ask questions and it will generate answers for you. So if you're not thinking that AI will straight away take over your business.
It will.
No, I doubt it. If you're not thinking of that, find out what is it, what can it help you with. Most likely AI right now, it'll give you answers to questions that you have. How can I do this quickly? Or how can I, what can I achieve? What answers can you give me, okay, for this problem that I have? So I would say you use it at your level. Use AI at your level. At a different level, you can use AI to give you some, for instance, some models, or AI can give you some suggestions on how you could run your business better, how you could approach customers better, or how you could save something in your business. So AI at this stage, for an SME, use it to ask, for you to ask questions and get answers, and try and see how best you can use those answers. So at this stage, if you can do that, you're well on the way to increasingly using AI to help you with your thinking, help you with your planning. So at this stage, that's a good way to go. It's a good use of AI. At a later stage, it could suggest, or it could also suggest systems for you, by the way. It can suggest for you digital systems. So ask it, what digital system can I use at this stage? So let's see the answers it comes up with.
Yeah.
So I would say stay alert. AI is also developing. It's becoming more useful with time. It can help you with ideas on how to do things faster, answers, how to do things faster, or how to generate answers that you could use to give to your customers, to answer customer questions. So that's another good way to use AI. But progressively, just stay alert. Don't think it's too far out. Try it. Ask ChatGPT.
Now talk to us about the risk of partial digitization, okay? You know, some SMEs digitize one aspect of their businesses, say maybe payment, and leave out others. So what is the risk of this partial digitization?
I would say you're well on the way, digitizing one step, one area at a time. You can't digitize everything. Just accept that you are digitizing on a need basis. The areas that have the most issues, those are the ones you're looking for to digitize. But the risk that you're saying of systems not, I guess there's a problem, but I wouldn't say it is as big a problem because you still have the option to look for something else to build or to develop another area of your business. So I wouldn't say you're at risk because you still have options for the next area. The next area, could it be, for instance, reminders, sending reminders to your customers that it's time for the next haircut, for instance? That doesn't need to conflict with your accounting system. No. But you could be running into a risky area if you're trying to make them integrate all at once. Why?
Step by step.
Just step by step. That's the right way to go, step by step. On a need basis. What do you need to do faster or more consistently? What do you need to do that? Just answer that question or find a system to do that. Or to free up your time, whatever it is, just go step by step. That's what I'd recommend.
All right. Yeah. So as we wind up, of course, Patrick, what is the future? What would you say is the future of SMEs in this digital space?
I would say there's more and more opportunity for an SME to improve the performance of their business through using a digital system. There's more and more opportunity. There are entrepreneurs creating these digital systems. They're thinking about the problem you could be having, or they've heard about the problem SMEs are having, and they're already developing something. I would say the future is more and more digitization, less and less cost of running the business, better quality of the products and services, and higher growth of the SMEs if they accept to digitize one place, then the next, then the next. They'll grow faster. They will save on what they're losing, for instance, stock. And at the same time, they'll become more profitable. So the future is step in there. Find out if you want your business to grow. Ask, is there something, a system, is there a method that can help me grow this business faster? It's quite likely to be digital. Is there a method of helping me save the cost of doing business? Quite likely there may be a digital system. So be open-minded. It's other businesses are using it, and you shouldn't be left behind. You shouldn't be left behind. Try and find a way of improving your business, and don't fear digitalization as a way, as an option. Think about it, ask questions, try it out, and even sink yourself into it, practice it, run it yourself.
All right, that is Patrick Muragiri, CEO of a Go Business, and many businesses are still struggling with manual processes. And as you're saying here, technology is here to, of course, offer solutions that could revolutionize one's businesses and how these SMEs operate. Thank you so much for making time for us once again here at Morning Cafe. And that brings us to the end of this conversation on management, digitization and management systems for SMEs. Stay tuned. AgriTalk is up next.
Thank you very much, Anne.